Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be your weekly twin flame reading. Now this reading is from the 2nd of February until the 10th. And I'm going to give you guys an overview of the energies that are at play this week. And the introduction can be a little bit lengthy. So if you want to skip ahead to the reading, just go ahead and check out the description box. And I have it timestamped down below. Also, before I get started, guys, I'm just going to ask that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you would like a private reading or you like the decks that I'm using, I do have them listed. And if I can, have them linked in order of appearance down below as well. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So we have Mercury retrograding in Aquarius, which is going to help us rethink our view of the future and what's possible. It's pushing us to reframe how we speak and think about ourselves. We're being asked to release emotional judgments and criticism and rise into higher detachment, to see the future as our choice, not something that we're being led into. So February 1st, we had Venus enter Aquarius, meeting the Sun and Jupiter. So basically aligning our love and our lives with our future. It's really exciting, you guys. It's a new way of doing things, and the untraditional is working to reach you, pushing you to see beyond what you've assumed to be real, okay? And also pushing you to see beyond the 3D. Pushing you to let go of old fixed patterns, okay? That energy, that Capricorn energy. The message here is to expect the unexpected, especially in love. So Mercury retrograde is showing us that we need to be willing to rethink our goals and our love lives. This new timeline is going to be better and more exciting than we could ever imagine. With a ton of Aquarius energy right now, it's creating a bit of fogginess that's actually working to get you to release control of your old perspectives. And so your soul and your higher self can actually reach you. Make sure you don't make assumptions about what you see and what you hear, especially on social media. Basically with Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, it's ruling the 11th house. So it's affecting our friendships and groups. So you might have misunderstandings. You might see or hear things that are confusing, and you might want to jump to conclusions. But again, expect the unexpected. It's not quite what it seems right now. All right, so just take a moment, wait until Mercury goes direct to make sense of everything, and that's going to happen around the 20th, 21st of February. We're also being asked to look at the role of social media in our lives right now, and especially take a look, an inward look at our own activity on social media. So check in and see if, you know, being online is really spinning you out. Or is it unhealthy in any way? Or is hanging out online somehow impeding you from taking action in your life or in your twin flame connection? So we also have this week squares between Venus, Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars, and showing us that ego-driven action is not aligned with the true cosmic plan. And we see that the masculine twin and Aries natives in particular may be feeling constrained or aggravated by outside pressure to conform to the group consensus. So with Mars and Taurus, they're going to seem especially stubborn and unwilling to yield. But this is something that if you understand, you can use it to your advantage. So the divine masculine wants comfort and their own way, and they're likely focused on a me-first perspective. So just keep this in mind when you're dealing with your masculine twin, or even within, you know, your masculine energy within. The masculine twin wants to stay in their comfort zone right now and might not really be happy with the changes in our society or what's going on around us. So you might pick up on them feeling stressed or drained as they're trying to adapt to these changes and shifts. So if you're the masculine twin, it gives you perspective on what's going on within you, why you might be feeling this way. But if you're dealing with your divine masculine, it will also help you take things less personally and get sort of a higher perspective of what's going on. Also help you hold space for the masculine as they're going through this. So we have Neptune sextile Pluto, and that's reminding us that deep transformation is taking place for our high, I can't speak, thank you Mercury retrograde, for our highest good. And basically we're bringing heaven to earth, okay, but in our own way. So creating equality, bringing love and light to the darkest of places, and really sort of bringing that love and light to our shadows and our deepest wounds so that they can be healed. We also have the North Node in Gemini, and it's interacting with Chiron, the wounded healer. So as a collective, humanity is healing old grief and old wounds. And what this means for twin flames is that this feeling of being unloved or abandoned by our counterpart is being purged. Okay, and that's my throat chakra being purged. Jeez. Sorry, guys. So Saturn is sextiling Chiron, and that's adding to a higher perspective that's needed as we remove these old hurts. Scientific and spiritual advancement is awakening us to the laws of energy, and the universe is shifting our identity. So we realize that we're not as powerless as we believed throughout history. We're coming into this understanding that we actually create our own reality every step of the way. Life doesn't happen to us. It responds to what we send out, what we emit, our thoughts, intentions, our energy, and our emotions. This week, we should expect some pleasant surprises, especially when it comes to love and between you and your twin. And it's so important, the most important takeaway here is that you stay open and clear and ready to receive. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this reading. Yeah. What messages here do we have for my dearest twins for this week, February 3rd through the 10th? Messages for my twin flames from the 3rd through the 10th. Okay, so we get off course. I like the play on words there because I also hear of course, as in there's also some aha moments. I feel as if many of my divine feminines out there are going to have already sensed that the divine masculine was sensing some restriction, some aggravation, and again, may have taken that personally. Or maybe some of us feel as if we're off course on our twin flame journey, but a major aha moment as to what's going on. So I just hear, of course. Ah, yeah, I get it. Ooh, okay, so we get sexual union. Beautiful. Some of you guys, it really is, you know, you guys are coming together in the 3D. Some of you also might be having some intense and passionate dreams where you guys are doing some sexual healing as well. Remember, Mercury retrograde oftentimes does sort of bring up issues around sex and relationships that need to be healed and cleared. So you guys may be coming together in the 3D, but it may also be in the remote soul planes. And we get reflection. So I do feel as if there's some mirroring going on. But then also what I said in the introduction, it is all about sort of creating heaven on earth. And as we're bringing up old wounds to be healed and to be purged, you know, sending that energy of love and light to the deepest of our shadows and the deepest wounds that we have been carrying around with us, maybe even for lifetimes. So it's really powerful energy. All right, so we get suppressed. Interesting. So I do feel, you know, we have divine feminine energy on this card, but I do feel like this does speak to, again, the divine masculine being a little bit uncomfortable with the changes that are taking place in society and within, and especially with this Taurus energy that we're dealing with, you know, kind of being more stubborn, wanting to hold on to the past. But that's just sort of an ego-based or ego-driven energy that, you know, is being released at this time. I also feel as if the divine feminine has been feeling quite suppressed, and so this new era, this Aquarius energy, is really allowing the feminine to open up to receive, really spread her wings, and really to take flight here. So it's really nice energy. I'm getting a very peaceful energy off of this reading. Okay, and again, some of us may feel as if, you know, we have been thrown off course when it comes to our twin flame or on this journey. But the higher perspective, you know, this detached higher perspective that we're you know, as a collective, we're starting to understand with, you know, scientific advancement and also within the spiritual community that really that we control our destiny, and what we think, what we believe, what we imagine is really what we're creating and what we're attracting. And with this off course, it's like if you're feeling off course, you have the power to redirect and get back on course. Okay. And for some of you, this is beautiful. You guys have been mirroring each other, but you're definitely coming together in the physical here in the 3D. So let's go ahead and see. I am... I'm inclined to say that I'm reading the masculine twin on the left and the feminine on the right, but it's also not very clear. So where it's normally quite clear, it's not. So again, you guys might also be doing a lot of mirroring. So I may just say, I may not break it down between masculine and feminine. It's just twin A and twin B. Yeah, because it's almost like gender's not, you know, and obviously it's not gender, it's energy, but it's actually unclear. And that never really happens, guys. So we'll just go with it. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords, tranquility ahead, so peace. This is about really, wow, some of you guys are really coming into union with your twin. And it's just bringing you a sense of peace. Some of you guys are doing this energy work. And this sense of peace is also, it's kind of like, it's you know, the chicken or the egg, right? You guys are coming together as a result of this inner peace that you are... that you're coming in. I can't speak today, I'm sorry. It's this inner peace that you're achieving within, which is attracting you and your twin together. But I'm also getting that there's this like beautiful, passionate energy between you, but it's also very sweet. It's also very relaxing. And for those of you who are not in union with your twin, it's being at peace with the fact that you're on the right path, that you're taking the right steps, that everything is unfolding for you. And it's this sort of deep inner knowing. I love this because I told you before I pulled this card, I was really getting a sense of peace and tranquility from this reading. It's not chaotic. Even though there may be some issues, it's kind of like, it's okay. Everything's going to work out the way it's supposed to. Everything is unfolding the way it's supposed to. Yeah, look at that. 8 of Swords. So it's, you know, really getting out of your head, really balancing that mental body, you know, where we've been stuck, where we've been doubting ourselves, where our self-worth, maybe we started to believe that, you know, we were doing something wrong, and really recognizing that that's not the case at all. So it's kind of like these self-limiting beliefs coming to an end, bringing you peace, is also bringing you into union. 3 of Wands, awaiting results. It's almost like you know this is happening. If it's not actually happening to you in the 3D, you know that your wishes are coming true. You know that you and your twin are, you know, are one. And again, if you're not in the 3D, and if you're not in 3D union, you're experiencing it in the other astral remote soul planes. And for many of you also in the dream space, and planning and decisions. Beautiful. The 2 of Wands for me, as a reader, oftentimes represents the twin flame journey and a beautiful partnership. So many of you guys are really seeing, sensing, and feeling this unity, this union. And it may not be exactly where you want it to be. And if you've been off course, you know that, hey, it's coming. There's this undeniable magnetic pull between you and your twin in this lifetime. And you're definitely experiencing it telepathically. All right, so we have the Tower moment here in reverse, okay? So divine intervention. So some of us are going to realize why this couldn't happen earlier, okay? And again, we're seeing that because we're recognizing that we had to heal and clear some deep wounds, learn certain lessons before we could get ourselves into that energetic space to attract our twin. Look at that. We get the Fool. So we get Aries native. So I am sort of more inclined here to read the divine masculine on the right, but it doesn't matter. This is a major activation for you guys. This is a brand new journey. This is opening up to the infinite abundance that's available to you with this new, higher, detached perspective. And with everything that you've learned, you realize that you were never really, truly off course, and that how much control you have over that. All right, so we get the Knight of Cups, so we get romantic gesture. Okay, so some of you guys are not in a committed, you're not in a committed relationship yet with your twin, but again, it's all happening behind the scenes. Some of you guys have also recognized your own commitment, maybe where you were allowing sort of outdated thinking and old patterns, or, where you were self-sabotaging that wasn't allowing you to attract this energy, where you were attracting people that were really just in your life to teach you lessons, but there's a beauty to that because you are also transmuting that energy. And we have the Four of Cups. I like this because this is also an unexpected offer coming your way. And remember, in the introduction, I was saying to you guys, it's time, this week we're really going to be expecting the unexpected. Okay, and I can attest to that 100% in my own personal journey. But this missed opportunity is beautiful because it's also you recognizing why the masculine twin might be a little bit more closed off, feeling a little bit stubborn, wanting to hold on to the old way of doing things. It's just sort of this process of purging and releasing. Also, you're going to understand there may have been somebody very important in your life that you saw as a missed opportunity. Okay, somebody that didn't make a commitment to you. Now, it very well could be your twin because the timing wasn't off or wasn't right. And we see that with the Divine Intervention card, because this can be a card of rebuilding after a tower moment, after a shakeup, after an upset, after something quite unexpected. And sort of that healing process. But many of you are realizing that your twin, masculine or feminine, wasn't quite available at this time. Okay, so it was the right person, but it was the wrong time. But all of that is being rectified, and it's being rectified by you energetically as you're up leveling. And it's just this beautiful, I love this sexual union, not just because it's fun and it feels good, but it's just this beautiful energy of it's actually happening, and you are in so much more control of it than you ever realized before. And it's very, very empowering. Okay. And you're also going to realize why, certain situations in the past didn't work out. All right. So it's that hindsight is 2020 there. Beautiful. I love this for you guys. I love this energy. Ooh, so we have the Ace of Cups. So this is an offering of love. So, a love initiation. Some of you guys are absolutely, you have run into your twin, or it's some sort of reconciliation here. Two of Cups. Oh my goodness, you guys, divine partnership. For many of you guys, you're healing this. You're coming into union. My goodness. And it's happening step by step. And you're realizing, you can't skip any steps. And I really get with this Three of Wands and this Two of Wands, planning and decisions, that you guys are comfortable with taking it slow, taking it step by step. Some of you guys are planning, maybe moving towards each other, moving in together. Some of you guys might be planning a family or how you can blend your families. It's this beautiful energy here. I've never gotten the Ace and the Two of Cups in these readings together like this. So it's really this warm and fuzzy feeling, you guys. And we get Judgment. Oh my goodness, a karmic review. So this is a major up-leveling, and we see that electricity here. There's an awakening, there's an enlightenment, and it's really this powerful energy of I am in control. We are in control. What we emit, what we think, what we believe, what we imagine, how we talk to ourselves, and how we see ourselves. We're no longer seeing ourselves as being led into the future. We're seeing ourselves as quite empowered with each decision we make and the energy that we emit into the universe. And especially when it comes to our twin flame journey, is like we have this power of creation. I'm seeing the Empress energy coming through really strong here in my mind's eye. So it's beautiful. So it's a karmic review. For some of you, karma is being balanced. But again, this is also talking about a blessed union. And I'm seeing that energy of divine timing and divine intervention. So there are certain things you're going to take a look back in your own personal romantic history or with you and your twin flame. And you're going to understand why certain things didn't work out, or, how something that seemingly was quite catastrophic how something seemingly quite catastrophic actually was for your benefit here. So we get the Six of Cups, memories and reunion. So this can be an energy of you're not quite in union with your twin. Again, I am picking up an energy. This has been coming up a lot in my readings lately about children. But again, it could be about you guys birthing a new relationship, a new home, a new identity. Okay. And then also, you know, you have your identity, your twin has theirs, but then the identity of your relationship being its own entity here. And I really like this, but the Six of Cups in reverse also tells me that you're in the process. And I feel like the feminine might be a little bit more evolved in this aspect, but it's not meant as a knock on the divine masculine by any means, but releasing the past and letting go of sorrow and heartbreak. But for the hurt, I always say that's my new word, heartbreak, heartbreak. But for the divine masculine, also going through this energy of feeling a little bit stubborn, holding on to, you know, the past way of doing things, past roles, and that sort of thing, that's being released, okay? And that's happening here with the Judgment card. The divine feminine is also releasing past heartbreak and sadness that is either associated with her twin, that feeling of abandonment. Remember, this is happening to the collective. Grief, old wounds and grief are being healed and being brought up to the surface. And I'm really getting that hit off of the Six of Cups. And then we get the Queen of Swords. Beautiful. So this is people, masculine and feminine energies, really coming into alignment and coming into their truth, living authentically, understanding what it is they want to create and the purpose of this twin flame journey. So we get the Strength card, restraint. So you may see, again, I feel as if the divine masculine might be holding back or might have been holding back. But I do see that coming to an end this week, where many of you guys are going to get a message, or you're going to get a small gift or something that's going to make you really happy, because the divine masculine is also recognizing, well, both parties are recognizing, they're correcting me, that there's a strength in being vulnerable with each other. And you know what? This is the new way of doing things. Being vulnerable is sexy, is strong, and it's not for everybody. Okay, so I really, really like this energy for you guys. I also see with being sharp and assertive, this is about cutting cords from people in the past that, you know, that may have hurt you, so that you can heal old wounds. And especially if you've had a separation with your twin, how you can cut cords with those negative situations. You know, if you were left or you felt abandoned or unloved by this person, how you can cut cords with that situation and heal this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some Island Time Wellness cards to get some more messages for you guys. And anything that has been suppressed, either whether you're masculine or the feminine, is really coming up for a purge. And I love this because the Queen of Swords is really that throat chakra energy, where we've had fear of rejection or criticism, where there's been indifference or injustice. All of that has been suppressed is coming up. And I'm, you know, they're telling me that's why I was coughing in the introduction there. It's that purge of the throat chakra that we're experiencing during this Mercury retrograde. So I love that. Thank you. That little extra tidbit of information. So we get girl with a snake. Okay, empath and narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used, enable, and boundaries. Okay, yeah. So for some of you guys, you may have had a little bit of a rocky start with your twin, where you really did feel like maybe one of you was overgiving. And you may have felt like, you know, and I feel like the divine feminine has a tendency to fall into the empath category. And you may have, you know, started to believe the masculine was a narcissist. But what I'm being told here is that's actually, we're reworking that perspective, that it was a bit of ego energy there, about protection, setting up boundaries, not wanting to feel emotionally manipulated or, you know, being forced into union or into conforming with what the collective or what other people were doing, that it really needed to be a journey, it needed to be a healing and a purge that the divine masculine had to do on his own. And so we get masks, so not showing true feelings. hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. So again, what was suppressed, okay, what wasn't authentic and what wasn't true is coming up to the surface to be purged and released, whether it's the masculine or the feminine. And I'm seeing here the feminine here, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block and restraint. This is what I'm getting. And this, I know some of you may not like this, but this is the illusion that I'm picking up on, the distortion. So, you know, many of you, if you've had a rocky start with your twin, okay, that you started to believe that, okay, like I'm an empath and my twin is a narcissist. But what was happening was there was an energy, a needy energy coming from either the feminine twin, it doesn't have to be, but one of the twins, that was because of past experiences, the masculine was interpreting this as, you know, as controlling, okay, or as being possessed. And there was a reaction to that. Boundaries were set up, okay. But I'm saying that this for many of you, it was actually just a distortion. It was reacting to previous relationships and old programming, okay. But if there was conflict and you guys had this rocky start and this is resonating, it's because true feelings weren't being shown. And one twin, in particular the feminine, was being seen by the masculine as obsessed or possessive or controlling. And with that masculine energy really not wanting to be controlled, I think this sort of plunged the divine masculine more into a me-centered energy, you know, as the pendulum kind of was swinging here. In a way to regain power or his own control, okay? And so, but I'm seeing that these are distortions. These were perceptions, that truly a heart-to-heart conversation or higher perspective and understanding that we're getting right now is clearing up, okay? And again, we may have been dealing with codependent energy, but I feel as if this is being healed and cleared. And again, there's that authenticity, there's that balance that's bringing you guys into union. And then also the masculine isn't seeing union or love, okay, or this journey, this partnership as something that takes his freedom away, but as something that he truly wants, okay, and feels. All right, so we get girl talk. So time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. So I feel like this is really about this energy here. There may have been, I feel like it's more the divine feminine energy, but again, you can, whichever one you identify with, that there was an energy of codependence here that many of us had to work through. In doing so, we were really able to sort of rip off the Band-Aid and get to the very bottom of these deep wounds that we've been carrying around with. And as I said in the introduction, shining love and light on them. And as a collective, healing these deep wounds and really coming into, it's a very sort of independent energy. And I think it was last week I was talking about this where, you know, where all of a sudden it doesn't matter what your twin is doing because you're on your soul's path. You're enjoying life. You're living in the present. This is the best thing you can do. And you kind of let go of your happiness being contingent or conditional on what the other person is doing. And that, you guys, is the key to coming into union. We get soulmates. Yeah. So I feel like here the divine masculine is recognizing that this is a very powerful connection and also that he wants this connection. And we get healing heart. Beautiful. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. And I feel like this is also freedom from our own toxic beliefs about love, about men, about women, okay, about the twin flame journey always having to be difficult. Okay, and then also these are these external toxins that we pick up. It's not to say that all of us carry around these deep wounds from our own personal experiences, but as empaths, you know, we do pick up on this energy from the collective, and it's being healed. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, I'm going to use the Messages of Love Oracle for additional messages. I really like this reading, you guys. It's cerebral, but it's, you know, heady. It's peaceful, though. All right, we get passion. So we're seeing that try something you've never done before. And we see that open and that willingness there with the Fool card with the divine feminine. So take it how it resonates. Protected. You are safe and divinely guided. Yes, of course you are. Support. lean on your inner circle during this time. So I do feel as if also, you know, the divine masculine might be reaching out a little bit more than usual to friends and to family, maybe even to the divine feminine, depending on your situation. But, you know, to really sort of work through what's going on here, because there's been a major internal shift. And there is some resistance here with the masculine, with the changes. Okay, because there's a deep transformation taking place, and we get retreat, time alone or in nature will help you recharge. Beautiful. Okay, I love this. So again, healing, the divine feminine, I think is also in this hermit energy, shining a light on those deep wounds, what needs to maybe come to the surface for purging and for healing. Okay, and we get intuition. You already know the answers you seek. Also, the divine masculine really tapping into, you know, their intuition and to their higher self. And again, this message of retreat, you might find the divine masculine pulling back a little bit. Okay, trying to balance, finding peace of mind. Okay, and then we get true love. Yeah. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional, and it's touching you on every level, you guys. Oh, I don't know if it's because Valentine's Day is coming up, you guys, but this shift, not only for twins, but in a lot of my readings, has just been so beautiful. It's like leaving behind 2020. We're really, really feeling and experiencing this Aquarius energy. Things are new. Things are different. We have to be open for change. But it's just, if you're opening up to receive, you're receiving an emotional, physical, and unconditional love. Gorgeous. So the divine masculine gets, you are secretly waiting for their return. You've kept it on the low. Stay patient. They're coming, but don't let it be known. Okay, so we see this waiting card here. Okay, really beautiful. So the divine masculine waiting patiently. May not be expressing true feelings, and we see that here with the mask. Not showing true feelings, hiding it, but also understanding what I was picking up on in the beginning of this reading, that this is really happening, seeing, sensing, and feeling it, even if it's not quite here in the 3D. All right, the divine feminine, your love was unexpected. I wasn't looking for a relationship. Then you show up and your beauty dazed me, your scent captured me, and your eyes abducted my soul. So somebody here really likes the way, you know, you might like the way that they smell. But again, I also feel like the divine feminine for many of you, and again, I'm not talking gender, it's energy, may have been really trying to focus on your career or on up-leveling, you know, spiritually, working on any sort of addiction. Some of you guys were working on savings, that sort of thing. And I feel as if you unexpectedly met this person. This isn't going to be for all of you, but you may have unexpectedly met this person. It could be at work, or maybe you were at the grocery store, or you were at, you know, whatever, you know, pumping gas, whatever it might be. And this person really triggered some old wounds, something you hadn't felt in a really long time, something even that you thought you had healed and cleared. Okay, and again, it's like spirit coming through to say, yeah, you had almost, you know, you've been doing the work, it's been paying off, but there were still some of these wounds and deep down that needed to come to the surface. And so again, many of you guys may have had a little bit of a rocky start with your twin, but not all of you, right? I can't get you out of my head. I can't get out of my head about you. The pain of not knowing where we stand eats at me every second of the day. Yeah. So I feel like this energy is, again, in the mental body, the telepathy, seeing and sensing and feeling that this commitment, this union is happening for you. But I do feel like this past energy was, you know, what the divine feminine was kind of bringing to the table that may have caused the divine masculine to, you know, do a runner, okay, or to pull back because it felt controlling in some way. It felt like obsession in some way. Even if you weren't doing that, it's the energy that you were emitting. And I'm really picking up here on the divine feminine, working through this, healing this, recognizing, oh, okay, this is actually what was going on. And these were deep wounds that came from not this relationship, but other relationships, even past lifetimes. But look at this. I mean, you guys, things are heating up for my twins. You both have this insatiable appetite for one another. The cravings are uncontrollable and animalistic, a sexual lustful hunger that never ends. Yeah, some of you guys may be feeling a little sexually frustrated here. I do see that coming to an end. You are absolutely dreaming about this person, probably having like wildly passionate dreams, meeting in the 5D, the remote soul planes, for some sexual healing. And then some of you very lucky folks are also, you know, getting to do that in the 3D. But that's because this was meant to be. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So I am going to pull two twin flame journey messages. All right, so we get, I knew I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. Okay, so again, that might also be, yeah, a little bit of regret here, a little bit of regret about if you guys had that rocky start, or again, seeing clearly, seeing through illusions and distortions. Okay, it's easier to just stay away right now. Yeah, so we get that energy from the divine feminine side. But again, you can swap the energies. Time alone or in nature is going to help you recharge, because many of my divine feminines were chugging along and like, you know what, I'm awesome, I'm great, I've got this, I've healed some wounds, I've been doing the work. Boom, sparked, triggered by the divine masculine. Oh, S-H-I-T, I need to go work on this. Okay, so for some of you, that is the truth. Okay. And for those of you who are not in union or don't know who your twin is, recognize that, you know, this could be past life karma between you guys that's being healed and being reworked. And, with the Judgment card, it's about your ascension. It is happening and you're seeing and sensing and feeling it. And so that's why if you're like, well, I don't know who my twin is, but, you know, I'm doing my meditations and I'm, you know, trying to up level and doing everything you can, just recognize that, you know, it's easier right now. Sometimes we have to heal and clear things on our own, okay, before we can, you know, before we can come into union. So look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Beautiful. Look at this, deep. Oh my God, this is a deep love. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So the masculine is really going within and doing some soul searching, really recognizing that for many of them, they do want this soul connection. It's something they can't deny. The partnership, this agreement, this soul contract is a part of their destiny, okay? And that's coming from within, okay? It's really a beautiful energy here, you guys. And there's a new beginning, okay? So whether you're with your twin or not, there's a new beginning here, a new adventure. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately and recognize your power on this journey, you guys. I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me. You guys are amazing. Have a beautiful day. Take care.